Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Phenomenal Motherhood. I am Sarah Membedzi, your host, and I know today the setup looks quite different, but I'm not alone. I do have a guest. However, she's based in the United States of America. She's a South African lady who is married to a man from Ghana, and they have 4 beautiful children, 3 girls and 1 boy. And the interesting part about this is that the children are 1 year apart, okay? So this interview is going to be about everything motherhood, how she navigates motherhood in a foreign country. So without wasting any time, let's get right into the video, okay? Phenomenal Motherhood, where we discover, discuss, debunk, and celebrate motherhood. So, Mrs. Lobisa G, welcome back to, actually not welcome back, welcome to Phenomenal Motherhood. I'm so pleased to have you on this episode. How are you doing?
I'm doing just fine. Thank you so much for having me. I'm so grateful to be on this channel.
Finally, you are here. And actually, I want to know what is the time currently in the States?
Right now is, let me see. Right now is 5:12.
Okay, and this
It's
side is 12:12,
yeah.
so it's like midnight.
Oh my goodness.
Okay. Yeah, no, it's crazy, hey? But let's jump into the interview. Now, you are a mother of 4, right?
Oh, yes.
You are South African and married to your husband from Ghana.
Yes.
Now, before we get into your motherhood journey and how you navigate motherhood, I always ask this on my show and ask people, how was your childhood like? How was your family dynamics as you were growing up?
I grew up really in a way that I feel like God wanted it to be, because I grew up without my mom. I don't really know my mom, and I don't think I'll ever know her because she's already passed. But I knew my dad a little bit before he passed. So I grew up with a grandma and a grandfather, and they did a great job, I would say. And it was just a struggle. It was just a struggle knowing that you have that void where you are always thinking, where is mom? And all that. And my grandmother didn't want to entertain that kind of question. But my family, of which is my grandfather and my grandma, they were well known in the community. So I was definitely taken care of and everything else.
So you grew up in Joburg?
I grew up in Free State, Virginia, Melodine.
Okay.
Yeah, that's where I grew up. Yeah.
Okay. And did you have any siblings?
I do have siblings, of which I got to know as growing up. That's when I knew that I had a sister. I have 2 sisters that I know of, and one of my brothers who's in another country. So we are like 3. I think we are more than that if I could search, but I don't really want to go deeper and be digging things that I don't want to know, but I think we are more than that.
Sure. Okay. So you did mention that you don't know your mom at all. Your mom passed away, right?
I don't know my mom.
Did she pass away when you were?
I don't even. I think I was really young because I just kind of like remember being moved from another town. I don't know which town was that. I want to say it was Tabanchu, because that's where they say my mom used to live there. But at the same time, somebody tells me my mom was in Johannesburg. Like, the story doesn't really come together. And like I said, that my grandmother didn't want to entertain all those questions. He really didn't want to hear me asking of anything. But my mom, if I say mom, he feels like I'm lacking something, so he wants to like cover up everything. But I remember we moved from this other town to Virginia, and when I got to Virginia, I lived with another woman who was a total different person. And it was just a terrible experience in that house. And then I moved to my father's girlfriend of that time. And then from there, I moved to my grandfather and my grandma, who took over till they gave up life, And so, it was just.
And your grandparents, are they not your grandparents? Are they your mom's parents?
They are my mom's relatives. Yeah, they're my mom's relatives.
Wow. Sure. So even now, you don't know whether your mom is alive or dead?
I was told that she's dead. Yeah, I
Okay.
was told that she died. Yeah.
And nobody
How?
explained how she.
I?
Wow.
Nah.
Sure.
Mm-mm.
I'm so sorry about that. Hey, I'm really sorry. And how does
Yeah,
that make you feel? Did you ever
it's
feel
hard.
like, did you
Everybody
ever
knows
feel,
that.
growing up, did you ever feel the void of not having a mom?
Oh, yes. I
Mm,
hated Mother's Day. I really hated Mother's Day. I didn't want to know about Mother's Day. I didn't want to
mm,
hear about it because I
yeah.
always had that struggle. You know, I always had that struggle to say, okay, even if it's a picture, at least let me have a picture. Let
Mm,
me have
mm,
an ID. Okay, show me a cup that she bought for me. Something. Just give me something that says this was your mom's,
yeah, yeah.
Nothing. Nothing
Sure.
at all.
Sure. I'm so sorry about that, Lobisa. I can't even imagine, I can't even begin to imagine how that was emotionally for you as a kid, right? Now,
It's really-
mm. Now, fast forward. So did you spend your high school, I mean primary school and high school both in the Free State?
Yes. Hmm.
So when do you get to meet Mr. Garner, your husband?
Whoa, you don't want to talk about
Girl, let's get
no,
into it,
this
okay?
I just moved to I finished matric. I haven't got my results. I
Mm.
mean, that fear of like, what if I failed because I'm one of those girls in school? So if I failed, the whole world is gonna know. So I'm like, okay, I'm running away to Joburg to my sister. So within the time that I'm in Joburg at my sister's house, one day she
Mm.
just called me, hey, come and help me with the groceries. It was a Saturday.
Mm.
And I went to ShopRite to meet up with my sister there.
Mm-hmm.
And here comes a dark chocolate man
Mm.
with no fear.
No
And the
fear at
only thing
all.
that he said was, the only thing that he said was, I want to marry you. And I was like,
Not even I want to get
shut
to
up.
know you.
No, no. And this guy followed me the whole store. I was so embarrassed. I was so embarrassed. And my sister was like, you know this guy. There's no way this guy can come up and say he wants to marry. I said, I don't know this guy. I've never met him. I don't know nothing about this guy. So we met in ShopRite in Kempton Park. That's where the whole
Wow.
thing started.
Wow,
Yeah.
wow. And then fast forward, you guys get married and all that. So I don't want to go into much details about marriage,
No,
right?
it
But
was,
you guys got
yeah,
married, right?
yes.
And how many kids did
Hmm.
you guys have before you left?
Before we left, we
Yeah,
had 3 kids.
you had three kids.
By the time we leave, I was already pregnant with my fourth baby.
Oh, okay, okay. So what I want to know is that how was life like with here in South Africa before you guys left?
Life was okay.
Mm,
We lived really good and we lived in a safe place, but
yeah,
I was always concerned about him.
yeah.
Like every time we move around, issues with foreign men
Mm.
and all xenophobic attacks. I was always worried about him. But
Wow.
life was good. We lived really good. I'm not somebody who was going up and down in Johannesburg. I was just a mom at home,
Yeah.
minding my business, had my
Mm,
salons. I just go to the salon, I come home, I go to check. That was just my whole cycle for me.
yeah. Okay.
Hmm.
And so now you guys moved to the States. What was the reason behind you guys deciding that, you know what, we're leaving SA, we're packing our bags and we're going?
Um, it will definitely be xenophobia.
Yeah.
I just think I didn't have peace with it at all. Like he
Mm,
was okay, he will be like, I can find my way. I'm a man. If there's
yeah.
fight, I'll have to fight. If there's
Yeah.
this, I'll have to do it. But for me, it was like I don't want to be a widow.
Mm,
I want to be with you for the rest of my life, and I don't want to be up all night because I'm waiting to hear from you. I'm waiting for you to come home alive for me to
yeah.
see that
Yeah.
you're okay. You know.
Sure.
So in 2015, when this whole xenophobic attack started, 2014, 2015, I feel like I was just shifted. I was just
Mm,
not at peace. I just
mm,
told him, I said, it's either we are gonna leave to the States together,
yeah.
or I'm going to Ghana. I'm going to stay with your mom. You stay
Mm,
here in South Africa and die. That's it. I
sure.
told him straight, I said, yeah, because I was so done with it. I was so
Mm,
tired of it.
Yeah, no, I really understand you, and I can relate that xenophobia is really, really bad, and a lot of people, a lot of foreign nationals actually leave because of that, you know. So which year did you guys
Now,
leave?
we left in 2015.
Okay, so you made up your mind and said, you know what, we're going to the States. Is it do you first apply for a job or what's the
No,
process?
we used to come to the States for holidays.
Okay.
And within that time when everything was going on, I just felt like, okay, we can still go to the States
Yeah.
and see if we can help there instead
Mm,
of staying here and me waiting for you to die or anything happen to our kids because they are
mm,
foreign too.
yeah.
So he was like, okay, we can go to Ghana. But too, I can't go to Ghana because at that time it was still hot. The
Mm,
xenophobic attacks were still fresh and people were witnessing it on the TV, on the news and everything. I
mm,
said, going to Ghana will be a bad idea. Maybe
yeah.
they will be mad.
Mm.
You know, I don't want to die. So we just decided that the States will be a better place.
Yeah.
Let's go and see how the law works. How
Yeah.
can they help us,
Yeah.
for the sake of the kids, most importantly.
Yeah. And also, how was it? Because I understand you had three kids at the time. How old were they when you were relocating?
Oh my God, they were really young. My
Ne?
kids were really young. Oh Lord, they were really young. I think Princess was 7 years old by then.
Mm-hmm.
And Charmaine was still a baby. Charmaine
Mm-hmm.
was really a baby. I could still hold it. They were really young at that time.
Yeah, yeah. So, did relocation impact them on their development?
I would say for them, they didn't really care where they are going. But when they
Mm,
got here, I realized the changes. I
yeah,
realized how far behind they are when it comes to education.
yeah.
I mean, in the States, the education is higher. Like a
Mm,
child who is in grade 6 in South Africa is most likely like a child here who is in like grade 3.
are you serious?
What yes, what a grade 6 knows in South Africa,
Mm,
a grade 1 might know here in the States. They know
wow,
more than
wow.
back home. How we
Mm,
are training our own here.
wow.
They
And
have more knowledge.
mm, mm. And since you were pregnant, how did you navigate pregnancy in a different country, in a foreign land, basically? How do you,
First,
because,
I was so scared. I
yeah,
was scared.
yeah,
This is a different environment. I don't know how the system works.
yeah,
Back
yeah,
home, I know my way. I know which clinic to go to, which hospital
yeah,
to go to, where to
yeah.
get stuff for what. Then I'm coming here. I haven't
Mm.
seen a doctor in like a month. I
Oh, wow.
haven't met an OBGYN. I haven't done anything. And
Mm.
I'm just telling my husband, all I want is to see where the hospital is. That's it.
Yeah,
If I
yeah.
know where the hospital is, I will just go in there when it's
Mm.
time. But it was not that of a struggle. It's just that everything, the government hospitals are not the same as home.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
still have to pay some money. The private hospitals are more even expensive.
Mm,
And even
mm.
if you do not like pay immediately, but you still have that bill on your neck.
Sure, sure. Yeah. And how was the the birthing process compared to South Africa?
Way better. Way better.
Are you serious?
I was treated like a pumpkin. Like, oh my God, I was robbed. I was just pampered. In
Wow.
South Africa, I share. Madam, open the
Push
mix.
mama, push
Let's go.
mama.
Not
Nobody's
here.
attempt to
Not here.
pamper you.
They go at your pace. They are
Mm.
patient enough to help
Wow.
you. They
Wow.
go with what you say. They don't rush you into anything. They
Mm.
can only advise you. Okay, we think if you can walk around a little bit, then it
Yeah.
will help the process. They are not in a hurry. But
Mm.
unless they see some signs that needs to be taken care of
Yeah.
immediately, then they can rush you into theater and help you. But
Wow.
man, I enjoyed my hospital stay. I didn't have in South Africa. I never had to stay in the hospital. For what? The
Wow.
hospital is full all the time. The
Mm.
beds are.
Yeah.
I remember with Charmaine, I just gave birth. 5 minutes from that time, I had to sit on a bench for almost 5 hours
What?
because the hospital was full.
My
The
goodness.
hospital was full. There was no beds. There
Mm,
was nowhere to sleep. I
sure.
had to sit on the bench, wait for my husband for 6 hours. I was
Mm,
just sitting there, sleeping like on the, oh my God, it was horrible.
I can imagine. I can imagine. Sure. And also, sorry, I skipped a question. I wanted to ask how your family took the whole relocation process for you when you told them that we're actually relocating, we're moving to a different country altogether.
This is me. I don't know if I'm different. I don't know
Mm.
where does this come from? My family don't know when I move to anywhere. I travel to any place, then I call
Mm.
them when I get there. That's
Are
me.
you serious?
I travel, yeah.
Mm.
I even when I was going to Johannesburg, I just left in the morning. Then I called them. I say I'm in Johannesburg. I went to Ghana. I got
Mm.
to Ghana 2 days later. I called them. I'm in Ghana. Just know that I'm in Ghana. Even when I came here, I just called them 3 days later. Hey, I'm in the United States. Okay, don't worry about me. I don't know how to
Wow.
tell people I'm moving.
Maybe because there
I
was
don't know
never
how to do
that.
it.
I think maybe because there was never that relationship, where you
That
need
is true.
to, yes,
It's
because
true.
I feel like as a child growing up, there's a certain way that you communicate with your children, and your children know that if I want to
Mhm.
go somewhere, I need to tell mom
You
first.
have to
You
tell mom.
understand? And
Yes,
mom
that is true.
cares to want to know where I am, my whereabouts. So I think the
That is
relationship
true.
might have started when you were young.
Oh, definitely. That's where it
Yeah,
started. Yes,
yeah, yeah,
that's where it started. Because I remember as a child, I would go to any party. I would call them. I'm at the party.
yeah.
Bye. There's no, let me call and see where she is. No,
Mm,
I have
mm.
to let them know I'm here. Even when I go home, I just go. Surprise, I'm here. When
Mm.
I'm leaving, I don't tell them. I pack my bags at night. I'm going in the morning. Bye. That's how it has been for me.
Yeah, yeah. Okay,
Mhm.
so now you in the States, you are with your children and you are pregnant. What was the biggest challenge of settling into a foreign country, especially with children?
You know, here there's a system, and the
Mm,
system works. The law works.
wow, wow.
So coming here, you can't just come thinking that the help is going to come as quick as
Mm,
that. You have
mm,
to be financially ready. You have to make sure that you have a place to stay was a problem,
mm-hmm.
because you can't get a house without having a social security card,
Okay,
which is
okay.
like an ID here. So you
Oh,
cannot get a house, an apartment. You cannot. You can have your money, but you cannot.
yo.
So getting a place to stay, we were in a hotel for almost 3 weeks.
Are you
We had to
serious?
stay in a hotel. Oh
Mm,
yeah, because we didn't know anybody here,
mm,
and it was a little bit hard until we meet some people, and they
yeah.
just refer us to other people until we find a place. And the state is totally different.
Wow,
Everybody's for themselves.
wow.
Everybody's for themselves. If you find somebody to help you, it's a blessing.
Mm,
It's a
mm,
blessing.
wow, wow.
Everybody's too busy. Everybody's working. Everybody's
Mm,
thinking about their bills. Not you who just came. How can I
mm,
help you? No, there's
mm.
no such.
Sure,
There's no such. But
sure.
with time, we were able to get our own place
Yeah.
through a pastor who was renting his house. And then that's when we moved to it.
Wow, wow.
But it was difficult because now I'm almost due. I'm stressed out.
Mm.
I don't know nobody to help. It was just so stressful.
And also, how did you find the community? I'm asking this in a sense of I'm imagining myself if I had to move to a different country, right? I think the first thing I'll
Mhm.
do to form a community or to meet people that are like me is to go to a church, right?
Oh
So
yeah.
how do you form a community, and did you also meet other South Africans in the States that you could maybe relate to, or maybe other people from Ghana as well, because your husband is from Ghana?
For South Africans, you hardly see them. You hardly hear that there's a South African here.
Wow.
But for Ghana people, there are a lot. There
Mm,
are a
mm,
lot.
mm.
We were able to get a church to go to, which it didn't work for a long time. Where African people come together, sometimes there's too much issues, too much
Mm.
gossip, too much. I don't need all that. So we
Yeah.
had to just leave. But there are some
Mm,
people we are still in contact with.
mm,
So that's a few people that are around me.
mm.
Besides that, I'm always by myself.
Wow.
I'm always by myself.
Yeah. Okay. Now you, like you said, you're a mother of four, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's three girls and one boy, right?
Yeah.
And how old are they?
Princess now is 13. I
Hmm.
have a 10-year-old, I have an 8-year-old, and I have a 6-year-old.
Wow. So you were
Gang,
giving birth
something,
year after year after year after year.
girl.
Girl, you were
I was just,
strong. You were strong.
I was. The thing is, I was
You
chasing
did
after this
hatching.
boy who was not coming. I
I
was chasing after the boy, and I went for the second one. They say no boy. I went third one, no boy. I'm like, bro, you need to come.
girl, I need to
I said,
commend. I need to commend your strength. I think on the third one
it
I
was
would have stopped.
uh-uh. I tried to stop. When I got the third one, I was like, I don't care no more. I don't
Yeah.
want no boy.
Hmm. Is it
And
is
before
it
I know I was pregnant.
mm, is it
And I was
because
like,
I know in most West African families, they really do prefer having male children. Is it because of that, or it's
mhm.
because of something you and your husband actually just wanted to have?
I think that was my mindset. For him, he didn't care.
Yeah.
That
Mm.
was in my head, like, maybe I have to have this boy for them because I don't know if he's gonna ask for it. He never asked. I'm
Yeah.
telling you,
Yeah.
he never even complained. He was okay with the girls.
Mm.
But in my mind, I'm like, you need a boy. You need somebody who will carry your last name
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
grow. But now I have all these girls, and and the third one, I was like, no, I'm done. I'm not having no more kids. Before I
Wow.
know, I was
Mm.
pregnant, and I was like,
Are you sure
and
you're
even
done?
when I,
Are you sure you're done?
yeah, I was like, I'm done. I kept saying I'm done from the second one. Oh, I'm done. Before I know what, I kept saying I'm done. And then I was pregnant again. I'm like, oh Lord, no, people are going to talk about this whole thing. Like, what's wrong with you? Oh my God, it was
I must say you are
difficult.
very brave for carrying four kids. You're strong, hey. Now, how do you juggle being a wife, being a mom to four beautiful children, and working as well? How do you juggle all of that and being a YouTuber as well? You know?
Yo, it's crazy
Mm.
because in this country you don't have auntie to
Yeah,
say,
yeah.
okay, I'll take the
Mm,
kids to grandma. I don't have all that.
mm,
So I go to work early in the morning. I leave the kids with my husband. He
mm-hmm.
will take over, make sure they get to the bus, they go to school, they had their breakfast and everything.
Wow.
And then when I come back, he is going to work. So I take
Oh,
over.
oh,
You
okay.
see, that's how we rotate this whole thing.
Mm.
But then it's still hard because I'm coming from work, I'm tired. I need to
Yeah.
rest.
Mm,
Not rest, you have to do homeworks. And
mm.
with the schools here, you have to be more involved. They want to see you, they want to hear from you. You
Wow.
have meetings with teachers on and off.
Mm.
And at the same time, you want to be a mom, you still want to take care of yourself. It's so
Yeah.
hard.
Yeah. Yeah. I can
Really
imagine.
hard. There's
Mm,
no there's no rest time. I don't have that rest time to say, okay,
mm.
I'm gonna just rest today. There's no such.
Sure.
There's no
And
such at
kids don't
all.
even understand that mommy is tired. They want mommy's attention, you know?
Oh my God. And it's like the day you are just like at 0.0, they're
Mm.
like, Mommy, we want to go out. And I'm like, I just got here, I'm tired. They don't understand it. They
Yeah.
don't
Mm.
understand.
Mm. I can imagine. Now, 2020, we are hit with a pandemic, right?
Mhm.
And I understand that side, it was you guys were more, I mean, everybody was impacted, but you guys were more impacted, right? And we were in
Yeah.
lockdown. How do you navigate being in lockdown for kids? How was it like? How was it like? Were you not going to work as well?
I was going to work. My
Okay.
husband's job, they put them off.
Okay.
So going to work with this whole thing happening, it was
Mm.
just the fearful times of my life
I can
because I
imagine.
don't know how the sickness look like. It's nothing
Mm.
that you can see. It's
Yeah.
nothing that you can point. It's
Mm.
it, and we have to work. There's no
Mm.
way we can both sit down. one has to do something because the
True,
bills
true.
in this country are crazy. They are
Mm,
crazy. You pay for everything.
mm,
So I had to work fully. Like there was no other way. I had to work fully. I had to make sure that the kids' computers are hooked because they were
wow.
online schooling.
Mm,
It was really difficult because Israel was starting school. It was first time of school
yeah.
for him.
Mm,
It was so
okay.
so difficult, and it had too much work to do with parents now because
Mm,
they have to be more involved. They
yeah,
have to be
yeah.
more involved. They have to make sure the assignment are being submitted. It
Mm,
was just a lot. I just couldn't rest within that time. I just couldn't
yeah.
rest.
I can imagine. I can
It was
imagine.
too much.
And also, I wanted to ask, like, in South Africa, growing up, we used to play on the street, and it was just a fun time. Is it like that as well in the States where kids do that, like play on the street with other kids?
For me, like before, I used to let them go outside and
Mhm.
play. But women here are different.
Oh, is it?
In South Africa, kids can play outside.
Mm,
Bongani can come back crying, Mommy, they hit me. You get to understand why did they hit you? You go out there, I'm on Scalwana, you know.
mm, mm,
Here, you hit somebody's child or maybe she falls.
mm.
The woman will come knocking at your door. You are in total trouble.
Are you
You are
serious?
in total trouble. It's just unnecessary noise. And I'm like, these are just kids. At
Yeah.
the end of the day,
Mm,
tomorrow they're going to be running together again.
that
You
is
have
so
yelled at
true.
me, you have insulted me, you have said
Mm,
all this stuff.
mm,
Tomorrow they are still friends. Why the loud noise? They're
mm.
kids. You know? So I
Exactly.
had to keep my kids. I really had to keep my kids. I had
Mm,
to keep my kids in the house. And they couldn't understand why, Mommy, do we have to be in the house? I'm like,
mm.
I can't deal. I
Yeah,
cannot
the
deal.
drama.
It's too much.
It's a
It's
lot.
too much. I'm
It's a
telling
lot.
you.
Yeah, no,
There were times that I would try and bring their friends over, and that also is still a problem.
is
It's
it?
still a problem.
Sure.
It's still a problem because you try to form a community,
Mm,
and then you realize that these women are taking advantage of it. They just want to go
mm,
out. You are now the nanny now. You don't have your
mm.
life. You're not the nanny.
Sure.
So I had to cut it off.
Mm, mm. And speaking of nanny, have you ever gotten a nanny that side? And how's the situation like? Because I've heard a lot of women staying abroad, saying they can't afford to have nannies, so they have to be stay-at-home moms, etc.
If you want a nanny, you must be ready to work harder. You must be ready to work 24 hours
Why?
because here you are paying hours. So a nanny can charge you like
Oh,
$45 an hour. Where are you gonna get it? How much do you make an hour
sure.
yourself?
Yeah, yeah.
It's so impossible. It's so
Mm,
impossible,
mm,
especially because you are a foreigner. You are
mm.
thinking of home.
Yeah,
You want to
yeah.
help your sisters, and then you have to pay this lady here who's taking care of your kids, and it's an
Mm,
hourly pay. It's so hard. No, I'm
mm.
not even trying to get one. I think I sent my kids. My husband had to go to work, and I sent my kids. I told him, take my kids to this other lady. I was just running late, like it was like 10 minutes late
Mm.
from work. So he has to go. He has to go. So I said, just tell the lady to hold my kids. I will be there within 7 minutes or eight
Yeah,
minutes.
yeah.
By the time I get there, this lady said $45. And I was like, really? He said, yeah.
I'm
And I
serious.
had to give her 40. Yeah, I had to give her $45 for that few minutes that I was rushing coming home.
Oh my goodness. Oh my
I had
goodness.
to give it to her.
That sounds crazy. I can't even imagine, hey, because I've really heard a lot of women on YouTube's African women that are based abroad. How do you ever get quality time with your husband? Does that even exist?
Lord, I pray that day will come.
Oh,
I just pray that day will come.
yeah.
There's no way.
Oh my
There's no
word.
quality time. Not at all.
Mm,
There's no dinner date. There's no, okay, let's go away. Where are the kids gonna go?
mm,
You
mm.
know,
So everything you do, you have to do
like
with
right
the
now
kids.
with the kids.
Because
Yeah,
I've watched a couple of your vlogs, which are very interesting. You're always with the kids and the husband. You guys are always together.
all the time, all the time, all the time.
Wow.
There's
And
no other
also,
way.
because you're from Free
Even
State,
if
I'm
I could have
assuming,
tried.
Sorry?
We could have tried to have like a community that can help each other. Nobody wants to help nobody. I don't want to lie.
Are you
They
serious?
have a way of saying, I'm helping you, but it's not really a way of helping. And most importantly, because we have a lot of Africans here, and they should be understanding that we are coming from this kind of life. So if you need to go out, just bring the kids to me. If you also need to go out, bring the kids to me.
Yeah.
It does not happen.
Sure.
It does not happen.
No, that's something else, hey. And also because you said you're from Free State, I'm assuming you speak Sesotho, right?
Yes.
Do you speak Sesotho with your kids? Do you teach them? Is that important for you?
I wish I've done that while they were young. Princess can hear you. She can hear a little bit, but she can't hear much. She can't speak.
Yeah.
My husband cannot speak it. Like,
Yeah.
I when I took him home and my people were talking and I looked at him, I said, they are planning to kill you. He just looked at me like what? I said, next time you have to learn because you are just sitting here and these people are talking about you and you have no idea what they're saying.
What they're saying. I'm trying to teach my kids my language as well, but it's a nightmare.
It is. Sometimes I talk to them, especially as a mom when you're frustrated and you want them to understand that I will just go on with my suit and Princess will be looking at me like, Mom, what did you say? I said it.
You know what? I said what I said, okay?
Just figure it out.
Okay. So on one of your vlogs I saw you with your kids going to buy some school stationery and stuff. So I was just wondering, and the shops look a little bit like similar to South Africa. So I was just wondering if you spoke already about the educational system, how high it is as compared to here, right? But are the schools also similar to us in terms of they also have like your life orientation, they have like your extramural activities where kids can do sports, can swim and stuff like that. Do they also have that?
Yes, they do. They do have all that.
Okay, that's good. And what time do they come to school and what time do they knock off?
They live here around they live in different times because they go to very different schools now. Before they used to be in one school. So
Okay.
Separate because of their age and their, And the first one will leave at 6:50. Yeah. And then the other two they will leave at 7:50 because they go with buses. So the last one will leave at 8.
Okay. Okay, now that's good.
Yes.
And
I have to just keep up with the time of the bus. If I miss the bus, then I have to drive them to school.
Okay, and I'm assuming because they've been there for quite a while, they've already picked up the American accent, right?
Yes, I can't even hear them.
Because I was watching one video of this lady. She's Nigerian, and kids they were born in the States, right? So she was doing a challenge, teaching them a pidgin English. It was the most funniest thing ever. It was so funny. So I'm just trying to, and they're like, "No, Mom, that's not how you say it." It was so hilarious. And how is the day of a mother of four like? Take me from your morning routine.
You know what? I thank God for the grace.
Yeah.
I thank God for the
grace. Amen.
For morning, you have to get them ready.
Yeah.
You have to get ready too. And then make sure that the breakfast is already done so that the father will take from there.
Yeah.
So after that, I have to rush and go to work. I have to be at work at 5:30. So I leave everything. At first, it was really difficult for me because these are the kids that I have to take care of, and I'm nowhere to be at 5:30. And then my husband will take over. 2:00, I'm coming back home. Coming back home, that's when I take over. Then taking over means I'm coming to do my second job, which is make sure they do their homework. I make sure they have their snack before they will have dinner, before they will take a bath for the night, and then make sure they have their prayers before they go to bed. It's just like a cycle, and sometimes it's frustrating. I don't want to lie. I get frustrated. Sometimes I cry. I feel like I feel like I wish I had help, but I don't
Mm-hmm.
have it. So it's just an ongoing until they have the holidays. When they have holidays, I'm like, whew, all I can think about is just go to work if it's
Yeah,
holidays.
yeah,
But besides that, it's like an ongoing thing, an ongoing thing, an
yeah.
ongoing thing.
And are they old enough to stay alone in the house? Maybe if you're at work and your husband is at work? Is it safe also?
Mm-mm. So it's safe, but now your oldest has to be at least 14 to be
Mm-hmm.
able to stay with them in the house.
Mm.
So it's not
Okay.
like back home where you can leave them. If your oldest is 10, you can just say, hey, look after them, I'll be back. No, the age has
Mm.
to be 14 or 15
Mm.
before you can leave them all together by themselves.
Sure, okay. And what else do they do for fun? You know?
This country is so it's so tiring because everything is money.
Oh.
So the only
Mm.
time I feel like we are doing something for free, it will be going to the park.
Mm.
Besides going to the park, it's an indoor sports or indoor skating. You
Mm.
have to pay.
Sure.
Everything activity that you want to do with them,
Mm.
most importantly, is money. So
Mm.
I just, right now, they love being on the games,
Yeah.
of which I don't like because it makes them to be lazy. They just eat and sit by the computer all day. They don't
Mm.
want to do chores because they're on the computer all day. So I try to take them outside. Let's go and walk, take a
Yeah.
walk,
Yeah.
come back. Let's go to the mall, just go in the shop, just to
Mm.
get their mind right because they don't really have friends. Their friends is all on the phone.
Yeah.
And now
Mm.
that COVID is here, it's just worse.
Yeah, I can
It's so
imagine, hey? I can
it's
imagine.
hard for them. They
Sure.
get frustrated because they are kids. They want to bend their energy. They want to
Mm.
run all
Mm.
over, and I can't allow them to do that because I don't want drama out here. I don't want to be a
Yeah.
foreign came with problems. So it's
Okay.
a little bit, but at least when I have chance to take them outside, I just do that.
Sure. Okay. And do you ever regret leaving South Africa?
No, no,
Really?
no, no. For me, it's like I'm that person who can go anywhere and everywhere
Mm.
to tell the truth
You're flexible.
without thinking. Without thinking about it, I
Mm.
can just
Mm.
leave and go wherever
Yeah.
because I feel like I don't like being in one place.
Mm-hmm.
I love South Africa with everything in me. I miss the vibes and everything.
Mm.
But when I look at it, I'm like, no, for the sake of my kids, I'm in the
Yeah.
right place right now
Yeah.
for the sake of my kids.
Yeah. So you'd never come back to SA?
No, my husband wants us to go back. I said, no.
Oh, so your husband is fine with coming back. You don't want to come back home, girl.
Not now. Until they get this xenophobia thing out of my way.
Yeah,
No.
no, I
Because
totally
I still
understand.
hear funny stories of people, foreign people who are going through the most.
Mm,
I don't no, I don't think I'll go home anytime soon. Even if I will come home, maybe it will be for a week and then I go back. I don't really
yeah,
want to stay. I don't want to bring back those memories.
yeah, yeah,
I don't want to bring back all that.
yeah.
I
And
just like this is
speaking of
where I'm
xenophobia,
from.
mm, mm.
Mhm.
Speaking of xenophobia, like one thing that I recently discovered is that it's not only the older generation, the older foreign generation that's getting the backlash or being attacked in xenophobia and stuff. It's also the children. I've recently been
Yes.
speaking to different mothers that come from Zim, mothers that come from Ghana, that come from Nigeria, even couples where the husband is maybe from Nigeria and the wife is from
Mhm.
South Africa. The kids are getting attacked at school. They're being
Yes.
abused, and not only by kids from school, but also by the teachers. That's one of the things that worries me a lot. That if they're getting xenophobic attacks from kids, from
Mhm.
teachers as well, like what must happen,
That's the one.
And the thing is, for the only way you can try to prevent it is take your kids to private schools because most teachers there
Mhm.
are foreign nationals anyways. So that's a bit better.
Yeah.
But how many people can afford private schools? Private schools in South Africa are
Not
expensive.
everybody.
They're
Mhm.
expensive. They're
That,
expensive.
that was
So
the main thing. Because I remember I watched a video. This was the main video that got me moved. I watched a video where some foreign kids had the tires on them and they were being poured some paraffin. What made me mad was the fact that women with breasts and wombs were standing there excited, laughing, making sure that these kids are being burned. And the worst part, a policeman was in it too.
Oh no.
And I just looked at that video. I still have that video on my phone. Anytime I look at that video, I say no more. I cannot repeat this again. These kids were burning, they were crying, and women were standing there. They were happy, they were alluding to this, and they were okay with it. And that brought my mind to saying this world is totally messed up.
Sure.
It's totally messed up. And you, as a woman, you are a mother to every child you see.
Yeah.
But what I saw, I still have that video. I tell you, anytime I play that video, I go in tears because I believe every woman is a mother.
Yeah, it's
every woman is a mother. The child doesn't have to be yours for you to know that.
Recently, my sister-in-law just relocated out of South Africa as well because one of the issues was xenophobia. Her kids are now in high school. Some are still in primary school, and they're getting attacked. People are telling them that you are this, you are that. Your mother is here to take our jobs and stuff like that. So, flies in Africa. Flies in Africa, guys. So it's quite sad. It's very sad, hey. And the best thing that even my husband and I have decided is that we just have to take our kids to a private school. We need to work extra hard so they can go to a private school where they won't experience xenophobia. People won't make them feel less of who they are. Because I mean, what even hurt me the most, not even hurt me, what shocked me the most is that even kids from Zim, and I'm like, Zim is just our neighbors, guys. Like, come on. Come on, man.
It's so crazy because if they do not fix this whole thing, it's deeper than even what we see in the surface because we have a lot of government officials who are working with these people. We have police involved who are taking money from these foreign men and allowing them to be in the country. It's deeper. It needs to be fixed from the roots. But until then, we are going to go to this cycle over and over again. That's why I decided, no, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. I don't have to wait until it's mine who's taken or who's been killed. Then I say I want to leave. No.
Sure, that is very sad. Hey, that is very sad. As a South African, you don't feel safe in your own country. It's quite sad. I hope things change for the better, which I don't know. I'm just hoping and praying that things change. But if there's a mother that's currently watching and they just relocated to the States, especially if it's a South African mother, they've just relocated to the States and they don't know what to do, they're frustrated, what advice would you give them?
My advice to them is don't ask no African person what to do. If you hear anybody in Ghana talk to you, asking you, are you from Africa or anything like that, it's nice to meet them, but don't ask them no question. Ask an American, what do I do? I just got here. Which places to go? Because I'm telling you, there's no way you're going to work here without following the right procedures. You will be just here until your 6 months is over and they will take you out of here easily. They have their way, man. The system here, I wish this system would be in South Africa. Let me tell you, South Africa is one of the most beautiful countries.
Absolutely, 100%.
South Africa is beautiful. America is nothing close to South Africa. And even the airport, oh my, compared to OR Tambo, girl, I just need the system. That's all. If the system can be fixed, if anybody passed through the airport coming from Nigeria and he enters the country, there must be a follow-up on that person. If it's 6 months that he's supposed to stay, Let it be. If that person considers staying and he's following the right procedures, let it be. But for them to get in and be able to do whatever they want to do, that's where it's messed up. In America, you can't do that.
Wow.
You cannot do that. So if you come here, ask questions. Go through the lawyers, ask the lawyers questions before you even pay no money, and make sure you got the right lawyers, because we have our African brothers who claim to be lawyers out here, brother. They don't play those people, they scheme you alive. So you have to be careful who you ask questions and make sure that you go through the right protocol, and everything you will be fine for you. If you are just following them, you're just going to be fine.
Sure.
You're just going to be fine.
So you do encourage someone to move to the States with their children?
Oh, yes.
Is it?
Oh, yes. If I was a child and I was brought here, I would have been so happy. Because there are a lot of opportunities. And even for us as moms, if you really want to further your education and everything, you have a way to do that. There's a lot of programs offered to moms, and even if you give birth, there's some benefits for you. There's a little bit of everything that they can help you with. They have study materials to help you. They have a lot for everybody. They have a lot for everybody.
Wow.
They won't let you, they won't leave you like that. In South Africa, it was hard for me. It was really hard for me because everything had to come from my pocket. I had to work harder.
Yeah.
But here you have to work. But at least there are some benefits that you can get for your kids. There are some things that if you want to go into programs, you are ready. They will help you to get into it. You can further your education as much as you want. It's a lot. It's a lot.
Wow. And I've spoken to a couple of people that I know that are abroad, my sister included, and she's just like, why did I take so long to come to this country? Because things are so functional, And she's just like, when she got to my sister's in Canada, she's like, the system is totally different. It's such a culture shock, and it works perfectly.
Right. That's the only thing that South Africa needs to get right. I'm telling you, South Africa is like America to Africa.
Wow.
South Africa is like America to Africa. If they can get the system right, everybody's going to be okay. There won't be.
Wow.
That's all they need to fix.
Wow. Sure, Mrs. G, this was beautiful session. I'm so grateful to have you on Phenomenal Motherhood. We've come to the end of the episode, and any last words?
I would say, if you're a mother out there, remember that you are a sister, you are a wife, you are a lovely human being. Don't forget yourself. Take care of yourself so that you'll be able to give more of that care to others. Just continue to pour into yourself. Don't rush to pour into others. Pour into you so that all this will overflow to your kids, to your husband, to your family. So if you feel like you want to travel, do so. Girl, I'm telling you, as women, we have to breathe. If you want to travel, go ahead and travel. If you want to play some games that you have never played, you want to skydive, just do that. Life is too short. Wasting time on stuff. Just be you and love yourself some more, and the love will come back to you. I love you all, and thank you for having me on this platform. I really appreciate it.
Thank you for coming through. Guys, please also, she's a YouTuber as well. I'm going to leave your link in the description box so that people can follow your channel. I really love your channel. I mean, I like how you talk about the culture shock in the United States, what you miss about South Africa, and so forth. So, guys, go and check her out. She's got amazing vlogs as well. Very insightful. Thank you so much for coming through. And guys, don't forget to subscribe and like this video if you enjoyed it. And also, that's it for now.
Comment down below.
Bye, guys. Bye. Okay, guys, so we've come to the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching. And please, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. And also don't forget to subscribe and share this video with your friends and family. And until next episode, bye.